Okay, so in today's session, we are going to see about Salesforce introduction. So, should my screen?
You're not audible.
Am I not audible?
Oh, no, you are. I wasn't sure if you were saying something.
Okay, no, I was just sharing my screen. So you can see my screen, guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So let's start the introduction. So as you can see on my screen, this is like an Excel sheet. Okay, it's similar to spreadsheet. So we are going to use this as an example. So before Salesforce company used spreadsheets to maintain their data. Exactly like this. So here in that sheet, you can see I have.
I'm sorry, are we also recording this or no?
Yes, we are recording this.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so let's say that I belong to a sales team, okay, and I work in a organization, and this is the data which I have, like I have worked on till now. So I have like first name, last name, then email address, phone number, company, and the other information of the lead, okay. And I am, storing this data in the spreadsheet or maintaining this data in the spreadsheet. So let's say that now all the users in the company need to view the spreadsheet. Okay. So what we can do here, we can give access to spreadsheet and all the users in the company can edit this spreadsheet, okay, or add new data in it, right? We can add new data in it as well. The other users who have edit access to this spreadsheet, they will also be able to add new data in this particular spreadsheet. But then what will happen? Spreadsheet will go down slow, right? Because a lot of people are using it. Okay, so if one spreadsheet is shared with all users, okay, and we want to hide some of the columns for specific user, okay, so that specific user cannot view columns. For example, let's say email address, okay, we don't want to show email address column, okay, to each and every user who has access to this spreadsheet. So can we do that? We cannot, right? Because spreadsheet does not have that functionality. Okay, if we hide this particular column, then what will happen? It will be hidden for each and every member who has access to this particular spreadsheet. Okay, not for a specific user. So security wise as well, it does not have fundamental functions or features to hide some data from people. Okay, so we cannot use this particular spreadsheet. Now let's move to Salesforce. What is Salesforce? So Salesforce is the CRM platform tool which provides different type of services to the companies. Okay, for example, sales or services. Okay, Salesforce has different clouds. Okay, so it provides different types of services. So let's move to Salesforce. Okay, let me go here. This is my Salesforce org. Now, the exact same information for leads we are going to see here in Salesforce. Okay, so I just open leads tab. And this is my information about leads. Okay, this is also sample data which comes from Salesforce when we create this developer role. So Salesforce has tabs just like spreadsheet, okay, rows and columns, and we can also sort and filter this data. We can search, um, we can search also just like in spreadsheet. Okay, so it is similar to spreadsheet, but it is very cleanly organized, and we can click on any record to drill down, about more information. For example, now this is my open leads list. Okay, and here you can see this looks like exactly the spreadsheet, right? If I go here, where I have first name, last name, email, right? We have columns over here, okay? We have rows over here, and exactly like this in Salesforce, we have columns, this columns, then we have rows, okay? All these rows. And here in spreadsheet, this is the tab new leads. Okay, then we can add another tab. Okay, like we can add multiple tabs. Right, exactly like this. Here we have a tab called leads. Okay, so basically, what we are doing it here in Salesforce is we are storing the data and maintaining the data in Salesforce. Okay, so in the leads tab, I have stored all these open leads data. Okay, all these are columns, all these are rows. So in Salesforce language, okay, tab, this particular lead tab, okay, it's called as object to store data. Okay, all these columns is called as fields, and all these rows is called as records in Salesforce. So remember, from now on, whenever you are going to refer it, okay, always refer it as object, these as fields, and these are records, not like tabs, columns, and rows. Okay, so as I said earlier, if you want to see the more information about this particular lead, then we can drill down. Okay, we can click on this particular record and we can drill down and see more information. For example, this lead. Let me open this in a new tab. Okay, or you can just directly click here and it will get open. Okay. So here, I just clicked on this particular lead and now I can see all the information about this lead. So here in this particular view, you will see that it's limited to some of the fields, right? Let's say which are important fields. But what about the other fields? So those data we can see inside the record. For example, phone number, fax, title, industry, lead status, annual revenue, address, rating, okay, number of locations, all this information we can see here. So we can see it who created this particular record, okay, and its full history of its editing. So if I just scroll down here, you can see the last field is created by, okay, and it shows the user's name who has created it and the date and time, exact date and time when this record was created. Okay, and full history of its editing. So what we can do is, as a Salesforce admin, we can enable history for objects, okay, whatever history we want to view, and then that will gonna show up here. Right now, there is no history is enable for this object, so we won't be able to see, okay, but we can do that. We can do this in the setting. Okay, so we can customize the Salesforce or based on any business requirement. Okay, so as I said earlier, here table means object, column means fields, and rows means record. Okay, and we can add new columns to the object anytime. Okay, now these are all the fields which are from Salesforce, but there might be scenario that we may need some new fields which are relevant to our business, right? So as an admin, our work will be to add those fields in the system in the pages so that the end user will be able to use it. Okay, so for example, if I want to add any formula type of field to calculate any values, okay, we can create it. We can also create relationships with different objects, meaning that different tables. Okay, those also we are going to wanna see in future how we can create relationship between two objects. We can customize the Salesforce org without writing any single code of line. Okay, and that's the beauty of the Salesforce admin is. Okay, we are going to customize the Salesforce org. Okay, but we are not gonna write any code. So when we have any Salesforce org, it's like a new org, a raw org, right? And we can do multiple customizations there, whether it is creating new fields or objects or any automations or reports or adding new data. Okay. Okay. So let's come to the first example, which we saw in the spreadsheet. So I want to hide, let's say, a specific column / field, okay, for specific people or specific group of people. So can we do that in Salesforce? Yes, definitely we can do that in Salesforce. Okay, we can use the security controls. Okay, using the security controls, we can hide fields. So for example, let's say this annual revenue field. Okay, this annual revenue field. We only want to show this field to, let's say, management. Okay, managers. So what we can do is we can, even though this field will be on page layout, normal non-admin users, let's say sales users, they won't be able to view this field, but their manager can view this field. Okay. Then we can also give like access to the fields, whether you want to give read access, that means only to view that field, or edit access, which gives users the ability to edit that particular field. Okay, that also we can do from security control. Then we can also automate email alerts, okay, based on any criteria, and automatically we can send those emails to customers or let's say clients or users, okay, from Salesforce. So in Salesforce, we have so many functionalities, features in it, which is, attracts user to use it. And that's the reason it is globally used in each and every organization nowadays, as to maintain the database. So as you know, it's a cloud-based company. Okay, so every user has like shared resources. Okay, they will be able to use their Salesforce, or let's say that I belong to a different organization and Devendra belong to different organization, right? We both use Salesforce org, but his Salesforce org's data will be limited to his org only, and mine will be limited to my org only. Okay, it will not get visible to each other's org. Okay, so because it has a very security, strong security. So even though we are using the shared resources, we are gonna work on our data only. Any questions here? Doubts? Okay, I will assume this as no. So this is the introduction of Salesforce, and as you can see here, we can do so much, okay, using just point and click tool to customize this Salesforce organization, okay. And we are going to see all this, in future, how to create the custom objects, how to add fields, how to create automations, reports, data management, then validations, all this we are going to see. Okay, so let's move to different topics, which is user interface. So in Salesforce, we have two user interface, which is Classic and Lightning. Okay, Salesforce Classic is the old UI and Lightning is the new one. So in 2016, Salesforce releases this Lightning experience as an alternative to Salesforce Classic. Okay, and we can switch these two UIs anytime. So let me just show you how Classic user interface shows. So if I go here and click on switch to Classic, Salesforce Classic, so this is the Classic UI, okay, user interface. So just give me a moment. Okay, so here, as you can see, page looks like this. Okay, tabs, objects, tabs here looks like this. Okay, and records. Let me open up the same lead record. Okay, and here we can see everything on a single page. So this is Classic user interface. So data will be the exact same. Okay, in Classic as well as in Lightning, only the UI will be different. Okay, so earlier all the companies used this Classic UI before Lightning. Okay, but nowadays everyone has transitioned to Lightning and everyone is using Lightning user interface. Okay, so I'm just showing it to you just so that you know how Classic view looks like. Okay, so here we have different tabs. From here we can switch to applications. So now I am on the sales application. I can go to leads. I can open all leads and view the list of leads. Okay, like exactly like Lightning. I can open any lead. We have different objects as well. Okay, now page looks like this, list look like this. Okay, if I want to go to setup, okay, so here we have a setup button. I can directly click on that setup button and I can go here. This is a quick find box or search box. Okay, so I can search for any settings, okay, in the system, and that we're gonna show. This is a global search. So let's say that if you want to search for any specific record, and if you know the name of that particular record, let's say first name, okay, or the last name, you can directly add it over here and search it. So it will gonna search that record for you or the relevant records for us. Okay. So let's move to Lightning user experience interface. Okay. Is it good now? Is my volume okay?
I mean, we can hear you fine. You just lag a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is Lightning user interface. Okay. And as nowadays every company is using Lightning user interface, so we are going to continue this training in Lightning only. Okay. So we have like more advanced feature in Lightning. For example, this is the page, okay, and the classic page which I just showed you. There you can see, we can see the fields, okay, and below that we can see all the related, okay. But here we have details in this tab, we have related, okay, we have activities in this tab. If you want to customize this page, okay, you can do this without writing any code. Okay, we have path also here, so we can directly, let's say I am working as a sales, okay, in a sales team, and I contacted this particular lead, okay, and now this lead is a potential customer, right? So I can just convert this lead from here directly, okay, and make that lead as my customer. So it's easy to use, okay, and we can, let's say if you want to add different tabs over here on this particular section, we can do that as well. And earlier, in initial days, Lightning was, not that good, we can say, because of its transition and compatibility issues with objects, custom codes, and application. But nowadays, the platform has evolved and has the ability to support all custom objects, uh, let's say any code which developer has written, application. So it has making it like a lot of simpler for companies to transition, okay, to their existing applications. So now it's very easy for users to work on Salesforce, and it also supports all these functionalities which in initial day it did not support. So it has evolved now. Any questions here in user interface?
Hi, Abrupali, this is Shikha. I want to know that who will change the status, like user on the front end?
Sorry, can you repeat
You just said, yeah, you said that that status will be changed to
yes,
contacted,
yes. So,
then
so
closed,
this,
and
right, so this is not our job actually. Our job is to make our end users job easy, okay. So we will, every organization will have different teams, let's say sales team or marketing team, or if it is a consulting company or any recruiting company, okay, so it will have a recruiting team or any other different team, right? So
okay.
those end users work will be to enter data in the system, okay. They are going to use the Salesforce org, and their work is to enter data in the system and work on that particular data. Our job is, as a Salesforce admin, to do work in the backend. For example, now here in this path, we have this 4 options, right? Now let's say that uh, our, our users want to add a new value in here, okay? So that will be our works to add a new value over here, okay? And the end users, they will work with data, okay? So they will work on this particular lead and they will convert this or change the status on this particular lead. Okay, is that fine? Any more question?
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Any other question? Okay. No. So let's move to different topic. These are all, like a brief introduction about Salesforce, okay, and kind of a theory sessions, okay. So we will not gonna have assignment for today's topic. When we will start, doing some customizations in Salesforce, from that moment we will give you the assignments. So next topic is company information. Okay, so company information provides information about your organization. So when you created your developer R, okay, and you entered name in the company, right? When you sign up for developer R, you automatically become a Salesforce admin. Okay. Salesforce has already assigned you admin license, okay, Salesforce license, and assign you all the admin privileges as well. So if you want to view the information about your organization, about your Salesforce org, so you can go to company information. Okay. So in order to view the company information, you need to go to the setup. Okay, for that, here we have setup here. Okay, can you see the setup here in this list? So we need to click on this setup here and then click on setup, normal setup. So in this company information, we can find details information about licenses, okay, company profile like address, etc. Okay, all this information we can view. So in this particular setup, in quick find box, you just need to enter company information and click on it. Okay. So here you will see the organization detail. What is the name of this organization? What is default local language, time zone? So this is basically on all depends on when you sign up, okay, and that time you give the answers. So for example, for me it's India Standard Time. Why? Because I selected country as India. For you it might be different as per your time zone. Then we have other information as well, that what is the edition, okay. So here for our organization, it shows developer edition, and this is important when you want to create a case with Salesforce support. Okay, so we have in every organization's admin will have access to create a case with Salesforce support. Okay, basic support. So let's say that if you face any issues in Salesforce, okay, let's say on this particular lead, you are clicking on this particular leads tab, okay, but it is not opening up opening all this list. Okay, instead, let's say it is just showing the blank page. Okay, so now this issue might be from Salesforce itself. Okay, so we can create a case with Salesforce and we can check with them what is wrong with our org, and they can Salesforce agents, okay, Salesforce support agents, they can resolve that issue for our org. Okay, so when you create a case, it is very important to give this type of addition of your organization. And the second thing is this Salesforce organization ID. This is a unique organization ID. Okay, based on this ID, they can see your org. Okay, uh, not like they can enter in your org, but they can see the information about your org. Okay, and if let's say they needs to have access to your Salesforce organization, okay, to go inside and look what is wrong, then as an admin, you'll need to give your login access to Salesforce support agent. Okay, so giving login access to support agent does not mean you need to give your username and password. Never share your username and password with anyone or any support agent. Okay, usually they don't ask for it. So there is the process to give access to Salesforce support. I will gonna show it to you later. So just remember, this is very important and this is unique for each and every organization Salesforce ID. Okay, and you can see the edition as well. Then if I just scroll down, okay, little bit, I can see the user licenses in my organization. So this is the main license, Salesforce license. So with every developer or Salesforce queue, 2 Salesforce licenses free. That means you can create 2 users in developer org. Okay. So as of now, one is already used. Why? Because my user is present. Okay. And one is remaining. And accordingly, we have different licenses. Platform licenses, in platform licenses, user will have like access to limited objects, that too which are custom objects. Okay, not the standard one. We are going to see all those information, what those meanings are. So as of now, just remember that in company information, what type of information you can see. Okay, you can see organization name, address, default local language, time zone, organization ID, edition, then user licenses, and then we have different types of licenses, permission set licenses, feature licenses. Okay, so all these types of licenses we are going to learn in security model. Okay, when we will start security model, then you will have some idea about all these licenses and what's the use of these licenses. Okay, because it's a very fast topic. Okay, so this is your company information page where you can see all the information, and every organization will have a primary contact. Okay, so for me, let's say this organization, I am primary contact. Okay, now let's say that I left this organization and now Devendra has joined as Salesforce admin. Okay, so it will be his responsibility to change this primary contact, or we can directly ask Salesforce support as well to change this primary contact. Okay, they can also do it for you. Any question here? Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, organization edition. Okay, so we have different types of editions in Salesforce. Salesforce has provided. So we have group edition, we have essential edition, then professional edition, enterprise and unlimited edition. So it starts from basic. Okay, and every edition will have different pricing as well. So based on your company, okay, users can select for or opt for any edition. Let's say that if it is a very small organization, okay, just startup, and it does not need like advanced security or other functions. So in that scenario, they can opt for group edition or essential edition. Let's say that the company is mid-scale, right? And it needs somewhat advanced features than group and essential. Then we can go for professional edition, okay? And if the company is big, okay, and if it needs all the features, then we can go for or opt for enterprise or unlimited. So we have enterprise, and then the next version is unlimited. For example, in enterprise field, we can create up to 500 custom fields for any organization. So let's say for lead object, okay, we can create 500 fields, okay. But in some cases, what happens is in large scale organization, they might have more than 500 fields, okay. So in that case, we can opt for unlimited, because unlimited gives 800 fields option, okay. Now that totally depends on the type of organization. So as an admin, what your work will be, let's say you join any organization, so it very important for you to see the company information on your first day. So just go in the company information and see all this information, type of organization, everything, the licenses. You will get an idea about just looking at the licenses as well, whether it is a small scale or mid scale or large scale company. Okay. Okay. So yeah, this session we saw about introduction of Salesforce, user interface, and company information. Do you want me to proceed with the next topic, or can we, I mean, should we start with the next session? Okay. Guys, can you answer me on the chat whether you want to go with the next topic? Okay, great. Yeah. Okay. So let's go here. Okay. So let's see objects in Salesforce. So as you know, object in Salesforce is like represents the form of tables. Okay. And here it is referred as an entity in database. Oh, you cannot hear me? Are you
Yeah,
guys
it's audible. Audible.
Okay. So objects in Salesforce is represents in the form of table, right? And here it is referred as an entity in database. So there are two types of objects. Okay, we have standard objects. Standard object means the objects which are by default provided by Salesforce. It's called standard object. So for example, we have accounts, we have leads, we have opportunities. Okay, all these are standard objects. And then the second type of object is custom object, means the object which we create for the business requirement is called custom object. Okay, so we can create any object from scratch in Salesforce, and we can also add new fields over it. Okay, so let's see the brief introduction about some of the standard objects in Salesforce. So first is leads. Leads is the people who are interested in your products and services. Okay, so converting leads to loyal customer will provide, like success with the business. So by managing these leads in a systematic and structured way, so that we can increase the number of leads, right? And the leads we convert. So it will be a marketing people job or sales people job to increase the number of leads, okay, and to convert these leads into potential customer. So using these leads, okay, in the company, we can make two separate lists. For example, one for prospective customer and one for existing customer. Is my voice breaking?
I mean, you're lagging a little.
Just give me a moment. Okay, what about now?
It's better.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. So we were talking about leads, lead object in Salesforce. So leads are people who are interested in your products and services, right? So converting leads to the customer, okay, it can provide success within the business. So we can manage leads in a systematic and structured way so that we can increase the number of leads, okay, and how many leads we convert. So using leads in the company or in the organization, we can maintain two separate lists, one for prospective customers and one for existing customers. Okay, you can store your prospects as leads, and then once a lead becomes qualified, okay, we can convert that lead into account contacts and optional into opportunity. So let's say that this is my lead, okay, and I belong to sales team. So my job is to work on this particular lead, okay, and uh, convert this lead potential customer. So what I will do as a sales team, okay, I will first come to this record. I will see all the information. If phone number is provided, email address is provided, then I will try to contact the lead via phone and email, okay, and try to communicate with him and will try to convert that lead into potential customer. Okay, now that customer, let's say from past 1 month, I am in the communication with this particular lead. And now finally this lead is ready to purchase our product, okay, or use our services. In that scenario, that means this is a potential customer, okay. He is not yet customer, but he is a potential customer. That means in future he is going to opt for our products and services. Okay, so as a sales team, our work is will be to convert that lead, okay, into customer, and when we convert that lead, that will get created or converted into account and contact, and optionally opportunity. So let's go here in lead. Let me create a new lead. This is all the dummy information I'm going to use. Organization. GuruSchools. Okay, now this is the dummy lead which I have created, and let's work on this particular lead. Okay, so now as a sales team, yes, Amundi, you
Ali,
raised your hand.
I just little confused. Like, I understand that what the object is, what the fields are, what this sales is. This is an application, like it's a department, like a sales
Yes.
department will use this,
Right.
right?
It's a department. It's an application.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so here, let's say this is the lead, okay, and let's assume that now I belong to a sales team, okay. I'm a salesperson, so I will work on this lead. I will mark this status of this particular lead. So now, right now, I'm working. Now, let's say that this lead is ready to, purchase our product. That means it's a potential customer. So I will convert this lead. Okay. So I have this status called convert. Okay. So in order to convert this lead, you just need to click on this converted button or status, and then here select this button, select converted status. So here we have two status, sorry, select converted status. So here we have two columns. Okay, first one is for to create this lead as new, sorry, convert this lead as new. So what will happen here? GuruSchools will become account, contact will become Amandeep Kaur, and optionally we can create opportunity. Okay, so here we have some fields. So name can become contact, company will become account. Okay, so here I will select this converted status, and the second is for choose existing. So let's say this one. If this account is already present in the system, I can search for that account. Okay, now here I just wrote GuruSchools here, GuruSchool account 2 we have, right? Using this word, Salesforce can automatically search for you the existing account. So what you can do is, if you select any existing account over here, then this particular new contact will get directly attached to the existing account. Okay. If not, if we selected this one, then in that scenario, it will become, or it will get created a new account in the system. Okay. Account, contact, and optionally opportunity. If that particular lead is already, let's say the lead is also present in the system. Okay. If we go here and if we select for that particular account, sorry, contact, then it will gonna show up and we can select that particular contact over here. So now what will happen? That means if it is already exist in the system, that means it is an existing customer. If not, that means it's a new customer, right? So you can select anyone from this option and convert. Here we have convert button, and converted status is close converted. So I'm going to select the new, create new account, create new contact, and create new opportunity. I'll just give opportunity name as this. If you don't want to create opportunity, then you can select this checkbox, do not create an opportunity upon conversion. Okay, this is totally optional. Okay, but account and contact is required or mandatory. So it will gonna get created, or it will gonna be, if it is existing, and then it will gonna be attached to the same one. Okay, opportunity depends on you whether you want to create it or not. So now let's convert this lead. So I'll just click on this convert button, and then Salesforce will do its job in the backend, and it will convert it into account, contact, and opportunity. Okay, so now these two different these three different records has created in the system. Let's go to lead. So once the lead is converted into account, contact, and opportunity, you won't be able to see that lead information in leads tab. Okay, it will be vanished. So if I go here, if I go to on open leads, or let's say recently viewed, okay, or any other column list, okay, I won't be able to see this lead over here, right? Because it has already been converted to account contact. Let's go here, go to the account, and this is the new account which is created GuruSchools just now. Okay, so as I said earlier, company name will become account. So this is the account, and this is the phone number which comes from lead only. Okay, and if I go to contact, this has become a contact. So in details, you will be able to see the name, phone number, email address, and the account as well, associated account as well. Now there might be scenario that when we convert this lead, okay, into accounts and contact, all the standard fields are already mapped in the system. Okay, but if you create custom fields, okay, then it will be your job to map those custom fields as well within these three objects. So for example, let's say you have created any custom field on lead, okay, and upon conversion, if you don't create the same on, let's say that needs to be on account, okay, or contact, so you'll need to create the exact same field on account and contact, and you will need to map it. Otherwise, what will happen when you convert that field, it will get lost, that particular field value. Okay, the other information will flow into account and contact, but only that field value will not come up over here. Okay, so that you will need to do this as a Salesforce admin. Okay, let's move to another, next object, which is account object. So account means companies that you are doing business with. Okay, so I am employee in this organization, right? In GuruSchool. Now let's say that we have different clients. Okay, let's say Infosys, TCS. Okay, these are our clients. So those organizations will become account in this system, and contacts. So contact means the people who work in that particular organization. Okay, that is the reason every contact will have an account. That means Amandeep Kaur works in GuruSchools. If I just change the name of this account, let me refresh. Okay, now it will be relevant, for you to understand. So now let's say that we are dealing with account. Account is a client, okay, and we are working with this Infosys, okay, Infosys company. So this will become an account, and Amandeep, who works in that particular company, and we are doing business with Amandeep. Okay, so Amandeep will become contact for that company. So if you go in the related, you will see contact. Okay, and here as well you will see who is the account. So now it's a relationship. We are going to see what relationship is there in future. But as of now, just understand that accounts mean the companies that you are doing business with, and contact means the people who work in that particular company. Okay, and then opportunities. So opportunities means these are potential deals in progress. Okay, now when your customer, when the lead becomes potential customer, you convert it into account, contact, and opportunity. Okay, so in account, you store information about that organization. In contact, you store information about the user with whom you are working. Okay, and in opportunities, you store information about your deals in progress. So this is the opportunity which we created when we converted that lead. So here you will see all the information: opportunity name, account, what is the type, stage, close date, okay, amount, expected revenue. Now we have not given all this information. That's the reason it is blank. But if I just go to any different opportunity, let's say this one. No, not this one. Okay, yeah. So this have all the information: amount, expected revenue, okay, and the other information, type, whether it is existing customer or not, or any other type. Let's say we have here. So this is deals in progress, okay, prospecting, qualification, and all these are stage for the opportunity. Okay, so now user will work on this particular opportunity, and when the customer will purchase a product, okay, that means the deal is completed. That time we can close this opportunity either as close won and close lost. Close won means customer has purchased our product, okay, and close lost means we have lost that particular customer, and now we are not going to deal with that customer. Okay, so these are two types of stages we have over here. So in opportunity record, we can track details about deals, including which account they are for, right? With whom we are negotiating or working with, and the potential sales. So right now, let's say this is all raw, but according to your business requirement, you can modify this page, okay, or stage value. So all this stage comes from Salesforce, but there might be scenario that in some organization, uh, let's say value proposition or this or decision maker or price quote, okay, this they don't want, okay, and instead of that they want any new stage, okay. So as an admin, we will get that requirement from, if you are working in service-based company, then that information you will get from your client, okay. If you are working in product-based company, then you will get that information from your internal team only, okay, that what values you need to add, okay, where you need to add all that information. As an admin, it will be your job to add those values in the correct position, okay, and add new fields and other things as well to do. So these are opportunities. Any question here?
Can you tell the difference between lead and opportunity, how they are related?
Yes. Lead is like a potential customer who just says that, yes, I'm going to purchase your product, right? That means he, like, in future, he might be able to purchase it or not be, or not, right? But in opportunity means we are in like that particular company or that particular user, okay, is, in the middle of deals, okay. That means that deal is ongoing, okay, and that particular account or user is in the process of purchasing that particular product from you. So potential means if else, right? It's a future condition. But in opportunity means right now it is happening, right now that you are negotiating with that person. But there can be, I mean, there might be any scenario. At the last stage as well, customer can say no to you and say, no, I don't want to purchase your product. Or we can purchase. Okay, that can happen. Understood?
How about accounts?
Accounts are the organizations with whom you are dealing with, and contact is the user who work in that particular organization, right? So I just showed you, like Infosys is the account. Okay, now let's say that we are from GuruSchools, okay, and our job is to recruit people in different organizations, okay. So Infosys is our client, right? So what we do is we recruit people in, like, it's like a consulting company. We recruit in Infosys. There might be different organization, TCS or Deloitte or Cognizant, right? So these will be my customers, okay, organization information, and the person with actually I am communicating with, that will become contact. So let's say that Devendra works in Infosys, okay, and I want to hire Pratyusha, okay, in Infosys. So what I will do, I will deal with Devendra, right, in behalf of Infosys. So Infosys will be account, Devendra will be contact who works in that particular account, okay, and opportunity is my deal is ongoing, okay. So let's say that Pratyusha gets hired in Infosys, that time my opportunity will become close won, right? But let's say that Pratyusha did not get hired, In that scenario, opportunity will become close lost, and which means we lost that particular deal. Okay, understood?
That means leads and opportunities belongs to accounts.
Yes, contact opportunity belongs to account.
So these are what we are learning right now, like what means adding a record and how we will be converting a lead into opportunity. So all this is the this is the work of
End
an
user's job.
end users, right?
Yeah, end user's job. Why
Okay.
we are learning this? Because these are standard fields, okay, and this comes in Sales Cloud. Okay, so when you join any organization, you may work on these objects only. So you should know the concept behind
Okay.
it, okay, in order to do the customization.
Yeah,
Let's say
I
that you
got it.
don't.
I just want to make sure that this is the work of the end user, and this is just we are understanding that how it works, right?
Yes, right.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what type of request you will getting? Like for example, you will get a Jira ticket or email regarding the issue from the end user is that I am not able to convert the lead. I am not able to change the status of the opportunity. So that type of request you will be getting. So that is why it is very important to learn that how this process goes on. So as an admin, our job will be to troubleshoot the issue, why users are not able to convert the leads, why they are not able to change the stage of the opportunities and all, right? So that's the reason like we are like going through like all these things.
I got it. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question? Yes, no. Okay. Okay. So I think, yeah, we can stop today's session. That's it for today. So today what we have learned first is introduction about Salesforce. Okay, what earlier companies were using and now why Salesforce we are using, what features and functionalities it has. Then we learn about the different types of user interface. Okay, earlier what was the user interface and now which user interface most companies are using. Then we learn about the company information, okay, where you can see the details about your organization, okay, and the licenses information and other information. And lastly, we learn about the standard uh, objects in Salesforce, which is leads, account, contacts, and opportunity. Okay. So from next session, we are going to start practicals, for example, creating these objects and all. Okay, so from next session, we will share the assignment with you. Today, we don't have any assignments as of now. Okay,
Okay, thank you, Amrapali.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.